We welcome you into ESP Media's live continuing coverage of OHS BBA East Regional Volleyball action. Right now we have an East Regional final set up between the top seed, the Olentangy Liberty Patriots, and the 6th seed, Thomas Worthington Cardinals. Alongside Greg Waddell, my name is Jason Griefer. Happy to have you here with us. Liberty coming in on a roll. They've won 10 straight entering this regional final, cruising through the opening rounds of the regional with wins over Mount Vernon in a district final and a 3-0 sweep over Westerville North in the semis. They are ranked number 6 in the final state poll, according to OhioBoysVolleyball.com. They'll take on the Cardinals of Thomas Worthington, 18-7 on the year, led by Coach of the Year in the East Region, Brian Lawless, doing a great job getting his team here to the regional final as the 6th seed. They took out Hilliard Darby in the 5 seed in the district final, and the 3 seed, Gahanna Lincoln, in the regional semis. So upset's nothing new to the Cardinals here, Greg, but a much taller task here today, and I literally mean taller, with the 6'10" and future Ohio State Buckeye, Cole Young, for the Liberty Patriots.
Yeah, and not the East Region Player of the Year.
Yes.
That, of course, went to the match we saw previous to this. But, boy, what an enforcer he is going to be. Look out wherever Cole Young is going to be at 6'10". I remember seeing him play as a sophomore just a bit, and he wasn't nearly as big then. So he is definitely filled up and out, and he is going to be a force to watch. You've got a second-team All-Player for Thomas Worthington. You mentioned the Coach of the Year, first off, Brian Lawless, and congratulations to what he has done in getting his Thomas Worthington Cardinals here to this point tonight, as they had to get by, as you mentioned, Gahanna Lincoln to get here. And then right before that, they had to beat Hilliard Darby, who is always a big-time favorite among some of the top teams in the state of Ohio. So the fact that Thomas Worthington using that 6th seed to get here, similar to what we saw in the match previous to that, when we saw the upset mind in that first set, trying to pull the upset but not being able to come up in Dublin Jerome. It is now a 6th seed here going up against the number 1 seed. So certainly a tall order, and we'll see what they're going to be able to do here in this match getting ready.
Thomas Worthington, now the lowest seed remaining of the teams left in the Division I state tournament, with the exit of Dublin Jerome in the regional final. We had coverage here previously at Westerville Central High School a little earlier today. Hilliard Bradley through to the state quarterfinals with a 3-0 win. Of course, the only way the two teams that go to the state tournament out of the East region, as they've split them into 2 different brackets, the only way they'll meet is in the state championship game.
And they've always done that. And I like the way that when you take 2 teams out of each of the regions, we've seen it in years past, but a lot of times you'll see teams in the same regions end up meeting in the state championship. It's happened multiple times.
And a lot of teams from different regions very capable of doing that, and we'll have that coverage out at Pickering Central next week. The winner of this match about to be taken on here in front of us will take on the winner of St. Ed or St. Ignatius in a North Regional final. That will not be played until Saturday afternoon, the East region being the only region to go here on Friday night. So we'll see how things shake out here as we're seeing Liberty get warmed up here. They're going to wear the blue uniforms here today. And, of course, Thomas Worthington will be in the red. As far as the court settings go, Liberty will be on our left. Thomas Worthington will be on our right. And, again, because of protocols this season, teams do not switch sides in between sets. Should be a good one here, as Thomas Worthington looks to pull the upset for the 3rd straight time and move on to the state quarterfinals. They finished the year ranked 15th in the state of Ohio. A lot of height on both sides for sure. We mentioned Cole Young for Liberty at 6'10". You also have Parker Boudreau and Carter Smith for Liberty. They're each 6'6". Bo O'Leary for Thomas Worthington was an honorable mention East Region player, 6'6". Trevor Thompson, 6'4". This could be a type of game here, type of match here, I should say, Greg, that could be played up very high up above the net quite often here.
Yeah, not at the net level, well above the net level.
Yes. Good crowd able to file in here, as you see in the background. I would say Thomas Worthington has an advantage as far as support here goes, but nevertheless, just the ability to have fans in here, we're happy to have that.
Man.
And the fans we had for our opener between Jerome and Bradley, it felt like a packed house here for a regional final. We're sure these fans here are going to give us that similar type of feeling.
Getting ready for the player introductions here. Again, as Jason mentioned, Thomas Worthington in the red. They're lined up, ready to go. And got Olentangy Liberty in the blue. So we will go down courtside and get the player introductions.
Regional final match between the visiting team, the 6th seed, the Thomas Worthington Cardinals, and the home team, the number 1 seeded Olentangy Liberty Patriots. Your attendance and support of the student athletes on the court at tonight's match is appreciated by both member schools competing tonight. Though both teams are competitors, they are expected to exhibit the qualities of good sportsmanship throughout the contest, and administration of both schools request the same from all fans. The officials assigned to this match have met excessive requirements set by the Ohio High School Boys Volleyball Association and have been approved by both schools to provide their important role in tonight's match. The officials are line judge Dave McCrae, line judge Gerald Price, official Bob Duber, and official Richard Peck. The athletes, coaches, and officials are guests of Westerville Central High School, and fans are asked to respect the efforts that each of them has put forth preparing for tonight's contest. We ask all attending to show courtesy and respect for fellow fans, officials, coaches, and those in administration, your team and opponents. And as important today as ever, please respect the game. No fans in the front row of the bleachers and no flash photography at all during the match. Now let's meet tonight's players for our Division I Regional Final. First for the visiting team, the number 6 seeded Thomas Worthington Cardinals, coached by Brian Lawless and assisted by PJ Davis, Aaron Bauer, Bradley Petrella, and Ben Shockley. Number 1, junior Trevor Thompson. Number 2, senior Nathan Malloy. Number 3, senior Isaiah Mesley. Number 4, senior Riley Brianis. Number 6, senior Bryce Stewart. Number 8, senior Ethan Archer. Number 9, senior Matthew Niski. Number 10, junior Miles Holland. Number 11, junior Bo O'Leary. Number 12, junior Cole Witz. Number 13, junior Tommy Sinclair. Number 14, Joe Matos Zaveras. Number 15, sophomore Devin Shaner. Number 16, junior Elliot Scully. And number 17, sophomore Cole Stewart. And now for the home team, the number 1 seeded Olentangy Liberty Patriots, coached by Dave Hale, assisted by Catherine Bob and Daryl Blue Rhoda. Number 1, sophomore Jack Sullenberger. Number 6, senior Ian Gutierrez. Number 8, freshman Connor Severson. Number 9, junior Ryan Severson. Number 14, junior Colin Brooks. Number 16, senior Nicholas Talbert. Number 22, senior Cole Young. Number 27, senior Blaise Bouget. Number 28, junior Noah Cookman. Number 30, senior Andrew Pooh. Number 31, senior Parker Boudreau. Number 33, junior Colby Whiteside. Number 40, junior Dave Jenkins. And number 45, junior Carter Smith.
Maybe it's just me, Greg, but I feel like these two teams are ready to go.
I think they're ready to get it on. They had that shortened little warm-up, the 20-minute warm-up, but after that announcement, you got big boys on both sides. They're ready to get it on.
I think it struck me, too, in going through warm-ups and watching these two teams warm up. They're in that warm-up period before we're about to start here, is how loose they were. Both teams felt loose, felt confident here. Liberty obviously should be as the number 1 seed, but Thomas Worthington, this is nothing new for them as we talked about, facing the higher seed. They're getting the best seed in the East region tonight. But they'll be looking for their third straight upset as they defeated 5-seed Hilliard Darby in the district final that went the distance, and then took out third-seed Gahanna Lincoln in the regional semis and needing 4 sets to do it. Liberty has had no such challenges with a sweep over Mount Vernon in the district final, and again another sweep over Westerville North in the regional semis. These two teams did not play each other in the regular season, so we'll see how long of a feeling out process we have here in this one as we get going early on.
We mentioned Cole Young, who will be headed to Ohio State for Liberty. He is front left to get things started, so they're going to go with him right at the front line. But on the opposite side, you got Carter Smith at 6'6". He's a big boy as well. Serve, though, is going to start off with Thomas Worthington.
Joe Kolwitz, second team East Region to get things going. There is Carter Smith getting the first down. Carter Smith Carter Smith's a football player masquerading as a volleyball player out here tonight. That is a well put together young man, and he has the first point of the night. And Jack Sullenberger, the libero for Liberty, will get things going with that running start.
From the far left corner as well.
Tap up from the back line, played through, and here is Cole Young. Not able to get anything on that one, though. Archer sets it up, and that one is down. Nathan Malloy.
Well, the quick set that time by Malloy getting the hit off that quick set did not give a chance for Cole Young to kind of get into that play just yet. Smart play.
Malloy, the co-captain, challenging things at the net at just 6 foot tall. Not the best toss there, but still gets it over without a challenge here. Noah Koknat over, and there's Cole Young.
Yeah, he got something on that one.
6'10" in the middle, wearing those aqua-colored shoes. As we said, first team All-East region. He's headed to Ohio State.
I suppose he didn't have those red shoes. Well, he's playing a team in red, so.
Yeah. Don't need confusion here tonight. That ball across the far side, well long. Andrew Pugh, another first team All-East region. That one, though, sent long, and it's 2-2 early on. Bo O'Leary, the tallest player for Thomas Worthington, with a bad miss on his first serve. 6'6". He was rather loose in introductions. Gave us the jazz hands.
You looked right at me when he did it. And
yeah.
I thought the same thing as well. We both just had that kind of smile on our face. But yeah, the jazz hand intro.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Connor Severson on now, the freshman. Plays a lot as the set man, but he'll serve it up here. Near side, up the line, but just wide. Nice attempt by Riley Briones. But Liberty takes the point, and now a 4-2 lead. Big moment here for the freshman Severson, stepping into a regional final, and sends it long.
Assuming that he and his brother, you've got Connor and Ryan, the Seversons that are out there, have probably played a lot of volleyball in their past. So while, yes, a regional tournament, a regional finals tournament is big moments, they probably played in a lot of tournaments over the years.
Isaiah Measley from the center right into the net. That was a problem Dublin Jerome had in our first regional final, trying to pull an upset of the top seed. Not what you want to see early if you're the Cardinals. David Jenkins, another one of the long, lanky players for Liberty at 6'5", plays this over. Smith mistimed his jump. Punched up by Jenkins. Far side, that's blocked. Smith, clever.
It did not give the defense time for Thomas Worthington to reset up, and that's where height just helps.
I'm convinced Carter Smith takes his coffee decaf. Doesn't need the extra boost. Set in the middle, awkward play, and now the Patriots will have a shot at it from the back line. This is Koknat, and over. Good start here early for the Patriots. They've scored 7 of the first 10.
Well, margin for error, too, for Thomas Worthington this early on. You don't want to dig yourself too deep a hole.
Briones.
Touch.
That had an awkward thud coming off of his hand.
That's why I wasn't sure if that hit. I thought Carter Smith was going up for it, but kind of pulled the hands back down, and I think just a miss hit on the outside.
Jenkins with it over, an 8-3 lead for the Patriots, and that ball going wide. And you've got to be sound offensively here if you're Thomas Worthington, and they're going to take a time out to talk about things. You can see as we're going along your Liberty with a decided size advantage in this one. You have to be more sure of yourself offensively, and right now Thomas Worthington a little shaky early.
Well, and again, we're kind of just what we were alluding to a moment ago. You don't want to dig yourself too deep of a hole, and sometimes you can overthink some plays instead of just trying to stay with the basics. And they've had some nice sets at the net, just not converting on some of those. You need to get those down, and again, at least force Olentangy Liberty to make some returns on those. When you're just hitting them long or hitting them wide and giving those points away, that just makes it all that much easier for Liberty already with that size advantage up there. So probably a good timeout by the Coach of the Year, Brian Lawless, trying to settle his guys down before this one gets too far away. I think you're right there, Carter Smith, in that decaf coffee. What do you want to bet? He's wearing a 45 out there on the volleyball. He wears a 45 as a linebacker on the football field.
I don't doubt it, and I'd be running the other way if he's coming towards me.
You and me both.
Back to the action. Briones, there you go, dug out, but over by Coconut. Briones will get another try at it.
Oh,
wow. Look out.
That's
Connor
official.
Severson right off the dome.
Well, and you can kind of sense, I mean, Briones has had a couple of nice looks at the net. He missed one wide, he missed one long, but he had back-to-back opportunities right there, and one dig and then one kill off the face.
Straight line drive. Sullenberger, the libero, with the offer play. Smith right into the net. Could have played that one down off the wrist. But nevertheless, a good response from the Cardinals out of the timeout, trailing 9-5. Riley Briones back on serve. Flat fastball. There's Smith. That's blocked, kept up by Sullenberger. The back line, bit of an awkward collision, and I think it threw Briones off.
Well, it got through the front line of attack at the net, and Briones had to dive off to his right and couldn't quite get the hands underneath.
Andrew Pugh, first team All-East region on serve, as Liberty has doubled up Thomas Worthington at 10-5. Near side,
nice
buried, well done by Nathan Malloy.
Nice swing. Honorable mention in the East region. A nice look at that one, and that timeout taken by the Coach of the Year, Brian Lawless. Got to ask him about his attire, though. He's got the red shoes on to match his team, but he's wearing a blue and white shirt.
Awkward play. Tough break there for O'Leary on the far side, as he was right there, as was Kolwitz.
Well, Noah Coconut just got enough of it to get it over those extended hands and just kind of play it off the back.
I wonder if Coach Lawless is doing that just to throw off Liberty.
I was thinking
a little reverse psychology.
I was kind of in my head thinking the same thing.
It hasn't worked as of yet, but still a long way to go in this one, and that one is rejected by Carter Smith. And again, decaf all day long.
And we really have not mentioned Cole Young's name a lot now. He was right next shoulder to shoulder with Carter Smith, so that was a tough hit through either way.
Young had that kill early on, and now a tussle for it at the summit. That looked like that was net contact, I thought anyway. At least Coach Lawless thought it too.
I think the ball might have hit the top of the net, but that was a huge swing by Cole Young. How he did not make contact, I'm not sure.
Coach Lawless doesn't like that, and I can't disagree with him there. That was a very tough, close call at the top.
Yeah, the eye test, that's a tough one to let go.
Talbot on serve again, a bit of an awkward one there, and sailed wide.
You get a couple of those and side out and maybe add a couple of points here or there. Thomas Worthington can be right back in this.
Kolwitz on serve with that left hand, firing it right at Pugh. Young the decoy, and well done. Archer couldn't get to it as they went cross court over to Coconut for the point.
Well, when you still got Cole Young in your back pocket as a weapon and using him right now as a decoy, what a weapon that is, and you don't even get him the ball.
And the thing is, you can't not ignore him. He's 6'10".
You can't. Yeah, you have to be.
You can't. It's not going to disappear from sight if you're an opponent. Good back set, and Malloy, nicely done. That is beautiful. Kolwitz over to Malloy. That's as good of a back set and kill as you're going to see at this level.
Timed out absolutely perfectly, and Malloy knew it was coming, and nearly.
We're only playing with one over there.
Took that one in the face as well, but timed that one out perfectly. Great set, great finish.
14-8, Liberty leads. Malloy mistimed the jump there and went right into the net.
I'll say one thing about Thomas Worthington. They don't seem to be letting this moment be too big for them. They're out there enjoying themselves.
Kolwitz behind again. That is blocked, kept up by Archer. Kolwitz just has to send it through, and now a good chance here for the Patriots. They'll go near side, and trying to catch him off guard is Colby Whiteside. And there is the man on the near side, Riley Briones. You wouldn't know he's 5'10" the way he gets up.
And he's got a lot of energy out there too. So I mean, he plays quick, he gets up quick, and he's got a nice swing.
See what O'Leary does here on serve. His first attempt at it nearly left the gymnasium. That much better. O'Leary keeps it up. Briones kind of caught Talbot by surprise. And now a chance for the Cardinals. Awkward play. Miscommunication there as Thompson thought the ball from Kolwitz was going over to Briones.
Yeah, I think Kolwitz probably just mishit that one, and it was supposed to go out to Briones, I think. And unfortunately, that was the set play, and couldn't do anything with it at that point.
Severson, the freshman, plays it through to Malloy. From the back line, wide. Nice job by the freshman Severson on that back line on the near side, understanding where he was to let that go, and the Patriots slowly stretching the lead out now at 8. 17-9, Liberty leads here in the first.
There's a quick set, nice.
Thompson with the kill in the middle.
Well, interesting that Dave Hale doesn't keep his 6'10" player out there a lot on the back row, so he's only a frontline player at least at this point and of this game. You might see him out there a little bit later on, but they rotate him out off that front line.
Measley here on serve, right in the net. Another service error here in the first set for Thomas Worthington.
Yeah, not the time you want to be giving points away.
It'll bring on 6'4" Colby Whiteside on to serve. And that's, as we talked about at the top before the match got started, Liberty just has size in droves. Makes it very difficult to try to combat. Nice back set from Kolwitz over to Briones. Not the best first ball, but Kolwitz made it happen and went cross court with the back set to Briones.
Well, and we talked about Briones too, and the energy that he brings to the net, and he was able to help time that out a little bit better as well. He came towards the ball along the net.
Briones serving, his team trailing 18-11.
That was almost like a screwball serve.
Yeah, it was. Kolwitz kept that one alive, and it'll wind up falling through. As another player with size off the bench, Parker Boudreau at 6'6", making his presence felt.
You've got two 6'6" players, and then a 6'10" player. It's a front row guy right now that you're ready to rotate him back in after this next serve.
Kolwitz cross away. Malloy kept alive by Sullenberger, but over and out.
Now it just got in on Sullenberger before you can really get those arms set in proper position.
I'll also be curious to see for Liberty going forward to the match if at some point we see Boudreau and Young on the floor together at 6'6" and 6'10".
And throw Carter Smith out there as well?
Yes. That is an intimidating front line should Liberty choose to go that way at some point. 19-12, Liberty leads. Thomas Worthington on serve. That ball kept up. Not much on it from Boudreau. Kind of pushed over that time from O'Leary. That nice. Blocked and down. Malloy got it.
Good defense there by Malloy. He read that one all the way and just in perfect position. Just had the arms just in the right position. That ball was not going to go out wide. Headed back to the middle and found the opening.
Ethan Archer, the libero, with the service here. Cross court. And that is Koknat takes it right back.
See Cole Young checking back in now, so here comes the real big height on that far side. And with a 20-13 lead now, this becomes must side out time for Thomas Worthington.
Kolwitz trying to catch him off guard, and heads up play by Noah Koknat. He was ready for that.
Well, Kolwitz trying to do that with his back to the net as well. And I like the idea, but it's tough to execute.
That ball long. So the service error gives the point and the serve back to Thomas Worthington as they now trail 21-14 here in the opening set.
Yeah, I was watching Cole Young serve in the warm-ups, and he's got kind of a cutter type of a serve, so I'll be interested. Hope we do get to see him serve before it's over tonight.
Across the way, not the best pass over to Koknat, so playable here for Thomas Worthington. That ball might have been going long. Gutierrez chose to play it. From the back line, Briones is trying to find space, can't do it. Uzash sends it through. Now in the middle, rejected, and there is Cole Young doing what he does as well as anybody there, but could not wind up keeping it in play. Had the right timing there on it. Just a bad break.
Caught the top of the net and spun on out, but he was there. Oh, nice.
That's a clever play by Talbot. Malloy has to go with the left hand and finds it off of a less than accurate pass. Led him toward the net, just tapped it over. And Thomas Worthington chipping away, now down to 5. Not the best serve there. Malloy kept up though. Archer goes wide to Howland and a miss hit.
Yeah, the tough set too. I think that set was a little too far off the net. He was expecting it back up for Howland and got the miss hit, unfortunately, because nice little run there for a moment for Thomas Worthington. They need a side out immediately.
David Jenkins in for Liberty now on the front line. He's only 6'5". Jack Sullenberger on serve. Not the best pass from Kolwitz. Back set here to Jenkins. Awkward collision. And that'll be 4. Lack of communication that time.
All right.
Jenkins trying to say he didn't touch it cleanly.
It hit him in the face. It
looked pretty obvious from here, yeah.
He took that one off the noggin.
Coach Hale asking for an explanation. Maybe a little bit longer than thought it would be. Now Liberty players going to the far side official to try and plead their case. Call's not changing.
Well, they're trying to say that it was trying to get a block first. That shouldn't have counted as the first hit. But he was too far off the net to get that one.
Nathan Malloy on serve. Good one. Good one. And
that was wicked.
That ball just...
That's the biggest dive I've seen.
Just crossed the tape and just went straight down.
The top spin he had on that was tremendous.
That's a 12-6 curveball.
Yeah.
This one, not quite.
That's the high risk, high reward with that high toss. And the serve before that obviously worked well to his advantage, but tough to control it every time.
Thomas Worthington will spend a timeout as Liberty is now 2 points away from the first set.
Well, give Thomas Worthington credit. We saw a lot of this in the first match where we saw Jerome and Hilliard Bradley going at it. It's kind of got that same feel to it. You had the much taller and the top seed in Olentangy Liberty early, really kind of showing what they're all about, but Thomas Worthington hanging around close enough. And what it really comes down to is the difference in this right now, and you're talking, 5 points. So of those 5 points, take away a couple of service errors and some mistakes Thomas Worthington had, and you're not down as much. But take away some of those issues, and as you move forward, if you can't dig out of this hole you're in right now, you still got to take some positives out of that and then work better, work harder in the next set.
Now, the one thing we'll be curious to see with the lower seed here, Thomas Worthington, is can they sustain this going forward?
Right.
Jerome was unable to do that in sets 2 and 3 against Bradley and were ultimately swept. Thomas Worthington hoping for a much different story here and looking to pull their third straight upset and get to the state quarters next week.
Well, we've seen Coach Dave Hale, too, put in a lot of players here in this first set as well. So a lot of different guys that got time.
Far side, that's one over, popped over and dug out by Malloy. Now he has to send it over. Kind of a miss hit, he'll get away with it. Colwitz back, and Howland just wide, and now Liberty has 5 set points to work with. Koknat will try and only use the first. Archer, not the best player. Actually, the play over hit off the head of Colwitz from the back line. That ball is headed out of the gymnasium. Koknat trying to put that one away with some emphasis.
Well, and something when you've got a view, you mentioned how many set points they have. Sometimes you let your enthusiasm get the better of you.
Set point number 2 for Liberty. That is a missile. Cole Young in the middle, miss hit. How about it on the far side? Miles Howland winning the test of strength against Andrew Pugh. And Thomas Worthington has saved 2 set points. Still trail 24-20. Set point number 3 for Liberty. Playable ball to the middle, and there's Cole Young. Kept alive, though, by Malloy.
Oh.
Howland, and over to Colwitz, and they'll get it over.
Do it again. Got it.
This one, though,
Got the line.
touched at the top and down, and so took a little longer than Liberty would have liked, but they do indeed take care of set number 1. Still some good things to take away from that from Thomas Worthington, and in their mind, still a long way to go. But we are through 1 in this East Regional Final. Liberty wins the set, 25-20. Set 2 up next, live from Westerville Central High School. Welcome back to this OHS BVA Division I East Regional Final. The top seed, Olentangy Liberty, has taken set 1 from Thomas Worthington by a score of 25-20. We appreciate everyone tuning in here on OHSBVABroadcast.com. Now ESP Media's 10th year covering the OHS BVA State Tournament. Happy to have you along with us here for exclusive coverage of the regional and state rounds of this state tournament. You can watch all the games live and on demand. OHSBVABroadcasts.com.
Jason, so glad to have you along with us this year. So
yeah.
you haven't had a chance. We missed last year, obviously, didn't get to do it. So happy to be back and with the OHS BVA and what they do. And this weekend is going to be great. Next week's going to be even better, although not at Capital University like we have in years past. We'll be at Pickerington North High School, so looking forward to being up there and seeing how everything will shape out when we bring all the teams together, all the best of the best next weekend.
One of these teams here looking to punch their ticket. Hilliard Bradley has already done so. They will be in the state quarterfinals next weekend after a 3-0 sweep of Dublin Jerome. The coverage we had a little bit early on right here at Westerville Central High School in the regional final. That is a missile sent over from Nathan Malloy to get the set started. Ball still kept alive. Kind of caught Young by surprise there, that play. Malloy will try it again, and he'll find space. Little flex afterwards.
I don't know if he had top spin on that or if Cole Young maybe got a piece of that one, but you don't see many spikes that have top spin on it like that thing did. That took a nosedive right into the corner.
Colwitz to serve. Here is Young on the wraparound. Nothing really he could do with it, though. O'Leary in the middle, hit that one, got away with it. And now Koknat right into the net, and a good start for the Cardinals. They have the first 2 of the second set.
Now, this is the way you gain some momentum and a little bit of confidence as you head into the second set. You weren't down that much in that first set.
Koknat on the far side, kept up by Colwitz. That one just can't get through. Cole Young. Not a lot of pacing on that ball from Howland, but Cole Young there to block it down, and now Liberty on the board and on serve with the sophomore libero, Jack Sullenberger.
I don't think we've gotten to see the full arsenal yet that Cole Young has in that 6'10" frame.
In the middle, O'Leary challenges Young, but
touched.
Will get it there as Young got a piece of it at the net. I like the fact that O'Leary's not afraid to challenge there. You got to go at him at some point.
Well, why not? So you can try to hit through him, hit around him. You're not going to get over top of him, that's for sure.
Here is this going out wide that time and just miss hit all the way.
Yeah, I guess that set was back on him a little bit. He had to kind of reach back trying to get that one. So we still have not really seen the full arsenal of that future Buckeye.
You know you're in high school action when you hear the student section bringing the "You can't do that" chant.
Yeah.
We might hear it again as Coconut hits another one long. 5-1 in favor of the Cardinals, and I think Liberty's going to spend a timeout here. The exact start Thomas Worthington needed here in the second. They've delivered.
Well, and it's kind of what we were alluding to right at the end of that first set when we were talking about if you couldn't come back and dig out of that first set deficit and you lose, take with it some confidence. Take with it some of the positives that you did. Build on those. Alleviate some of the mistakes that you made. And this is what can happen. You've all of a sudden got a 5-1 lead in the second set, and you force the number 1 seed, the top team in the East region, and the 6th-ranked team in the state to have to force a timeout here early in the second set.
They are Liberty not used to being down very often for sure. They won their first 2 postseason matches in sweeps. They've won 10 matches in a row overall to get to 19-3 on the year. So this a little uncharted territory for them right now.
Without a doubt, you look back, their only losses, 2 of their 3 match losses came to the team we saw earlier tonight, Hilliard-Bradley. So they lost in a 3-1 match early in the season, way back the 4th set match of the season, and then later in the month of April, got swept 3-0. That was right after they lost a 5-setter to Olentangy Orange, but have not lost since.
Malloy with the serve out of the timeout. Coconut near side. Malloy will keep that one alive. Briones trying a little sidewinding tap, and that was never going to get through Jenkins and Young. Tough position there for Briones as he was up against the antenna as well.
But he got it and got the hit out of bounds, so it was a creative play that still got him the point. Very creative. I like that kid's energy.
Young in the middle. How about that getting rejected by O'Leary? And you can sense right now Thomas Worthington really feeling like they're in this thing.
Every year at the OHSBBA Championship weekend or the regional finals, you see matches like this. Teams you think have no chance.
Oh, they're going to get away with one there as Talbot with a terrible set, for lack of a better word, to Young, and it just carried over, and it caught the entire Thomas Worthington lineup by surprise.
So you're not saying he tried to put that right
I don't think that was intentional at all. That was going to Young.
But sometimes, you know what, you need a little bit of luck out of this every once in a while.
Especially when you're down 7-1. Now 7-2 here in the set. Here's Howland, and there it is. And Thomas Worthington's offense is as crisp as you can ask for right now.
Well, they're playing with a ton of confidence right now at this point as well, and they're cutting out some of those mistakes. And if you can do that, just play some basics. Right now, they're just playing smart.
Bo O'Leary with the serve, and they finally get him off the front line. Young miss hit. Not the best pass again from Talbot. Kind of went into the body of Young, and he put it into the net.
Well, when you're quick setting at 6'10", you still got to get that ball up a little bit. And that ball never really even got over his shoulder.
9-2 in favor of Thomas Worthington. Another good serve. Oh, it's near side. Briones, that is rejected. That was David Jenkins sending it back. Seeing Cole Young check out right now. He looks a little frustrated as he's heading out.
That's what I'm saying. We have not had a chance to see Liberty play this year, so I don't know what Coach Hale's normal rotation is, but right now Cole Young only playing that front line, but I don't think he's probably gotten as nearly involved as he'd like.
Howland with the winner as it's too hot to handle for Coconut. Thomas Worthington just continues its momentum with a 10-3 lead.
What duped Liberty in the first match that we had earlier tonight were a lot of service errors. In this second set right now, that is exactly what Thomas Worthington is avoiding.
That is in. It looked like it was going long. I don't blame Sullenberger for letting that one go.
And again, you're not going to get the ball up if you try to hit it anyway, so that's no man's land. You're hoping that maybe a little breeze just blows it long. It did not.
The 6th seed trying to run and hide from the top seed here in the second set. Run put to an end as Andrew Pugh gets one up the far sideline.
You got all that height on the Liberty side, and what do? They go to the 5'8" outside hitter to get one to come down.
Got to try something different here. We do see Carter Smith back in now for Liberty, 45 in blue.
He hasn't been in since early in the first set.
No. Malloy just kept trailing and trailing and did the right thing and let it go.
Well, and what did I just say? Thomas Worthington was avoiding That is exactly what Liberty did not.
Liberty seems flat here in the second set.
Well, they're a little frustrated right now. They seem something's not right.
Briones on serve. Not the best first from Sullenberger. Just flipped over. And that's going to end up being, I think, a contact.
A little lift.
13-4 in favor of the Cardinals.
You got to get that fist or those fingers curled under. You got that open palm. They're going to call you for a lift every time.
Briones once again.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah. Line drive right at Coconut. Here is Smith. Sends it over. Not the best first play. And just really thrown off from the get-go there as an awkward first ball from Measley just kind of threw everything off there for the Cardinals.
Well, the first pass is so important.
Yes.
And it can just really derail a whole play right away.
Malloy. There, nice job by Pugh to keep that one alive. Kolwitz on a tee for Malloy. It's kept up. Connor Smith, that's kept up. Carter Smith there. Couldn't get it done. Coconut.
Nice.
Clever.
Nice.
You brought so many fastballs with the kill attempts throughout that rally. Smart play there by the junior Noah Coconut.
Throw the little changeup in on there. Swing and a miss, strike three.
There you go. Andrew Pugh now on serve again. That is in. Caught the line. And Liberty now with 3 in a row. Got a 9-point deficit down to 6. Service error from Andrew Pugh gives it right back to the Cardinals. It'll bring Bo O'Leary back in as Thompson rotates out.
Keep that little spark alive for Thomas Worthington if Liberty makes those kinds of mistakes, and all of a sudden you find yourself deep in a hole.
Severson out wide. Another situation where Coconut just punches it over with the left hand. The pass kind of led him there, but still the point to Liberty, and now Cole Young rotates back in along with Talbot.
This is what we saw the game start with, this rotation, with Cole Young in the front and left and the big guy Carter Smith on the right.
O'Leary.
Touch.
Too long.
Yeah, touch.
It was touched, you're right. I think Smith and Young asking each other who touched it. So was Coach Hale.
I think it may have been Coconut who was in the middle of all that too. He was trying to.
Joe Kolwitz to serve for the Cardinals.
Talbot still confused at things. And nice job there by Smith to calm Talbot down right there. Don't want to lose your composure here and let it affect the next play.
It's just 1 point.
That's exactly right. Caught the line, another one that Sullenberger let go. And again, you can't blame him for it. As you said, Greg, you're not going to do much with it even if you do play that, but it's an ace for Kolwitz, and it's a 16-8 Thomas Worthington lead. Liberty's going to spend a timeout.
Well, and I think Coach Hale is a little bit frustrated at the call before that on that touch call because it came from the opposite backside line judge on that. But now he had a good view of it. I thought I heard a touch as well when that ball was going over. And of course, you're going to get the Liberty guys pleading no contest and didn't touch it. So it's hard to tell. So it's a judgment. But Coach Hale was right there, too. And obviously, the way that he reacted, he did not like the call. And then that next play goes against your team. And I think he's just as frustrated as his guys are. So that best time for a timeout.
Well, and you see him during that timeout, he's still talking to the official about that call while assistant coach Catherine Fogg really directing the team and talking about adjustments here. And that's the importance of building a quality staff, that you can spend a timeout really just to talk to the official about a call when you know you've got quality assistants behind you that can get the team focused.
And you might continue, and he's not arguing, he's not disrespectful, but he's in their ear. That might get you a call on the next play, on the next close play. So there is a little bit of strategy to that.
Kolwitz on serve out of the timeout. It's been all Thomas Worthington here in the set. Sullenberger had to dive to keep that one up. O'Leary wide.
That was a tough set, only because it was really a good get off the pass to start things off. So, and they still nearly made it pay off. But this is a big moment now for Liberty to get right back in this and they go on a nice run.
Sullenberger will try to do it with this first serve. A line drive right at his libero counterpart, Ethan Archer. Talbot has to send it over. Colwitz behind to Malloy, and that ball is rejected at the top. In fact, never made it over. Young wasn't going to let it over anyway.
Yeah. He was all over that one. He had that one read nicely.
So back-to-back here for the Patriots. Now back within 6. And the thing Thomas Worthington has done a nice job here of in this set is not let Liberty go on a run. Ooh. That one, though, an ace as Archer was playing, I think, a little further up than he realized.
Well, and you just said something, though, too, that is a perfect point. A couple of times where Liberty had gotten the side out, came back, had a service error. That time did not, and that's why you're going to see now Coach Wallace take a timeout and not let this become a long run, because you can kind of sense that momentum switching back over to Liberty, which, again, they're the number 1 seed.
And
so.
Coach Lawless isn't the coach of the year in the East region for nothing. You don't want to give the top seed any sliver of light. Try and stop this momentum now. It's only 3 in a row, but a team like Liberty, that's all they need. And before you know it, they're kicking the door in, and you're all of a sudden find yourself level.
You give them a little bit of a morsel like that,
yeah.
and they're going to start ravaging away. So smart timeout, I think, by Coach Lawless. But this has been a fun set to watch this one, and to watch Thomas Worthington not making very, very few mistakes. I mean, if any, in this second set is why they are where they're at in this set right now.
Much tighter ship in the second set here for Thomas Worthington.
But I think you also brought up a good point as well. I think Liberty was a little bit flat coming out in this second set, and give Thomas Worthington credit because they're taking advantage of it.
Still a long way to go here in the second set. Sullenberger will try and keep the Liberty run going out of the timeout. It's over to Howland in a tough angle, trying to go all the way across.
I think he just mistimed that jump a little bit.
That's now 4 in a row for Liberty. As Devin Shaner will come in now off the bench for Thomas Worthington.
Miles Howland mishit that one, was a little bit frustrated. So, again, Coach Wallace, coach of the year for a reason.
This one into the net from Sullenberger.
Well, and that's a coach's point right there, too. When you have a substitution like that just slows the rhythm down of the server, that's almost like taking a timeout. And that worked to perfection. That's a coach of the year move right there.
Malloy on serve. Not his best, but playable.
Oh, nice.
Another changeup thrown from that far side, this time from Colby Whiteside.
Well, found the donut hole that time, and you got everybody punched up close to the net trying to block it down, and backline back trying to prevent a big hit.
Colwitz, a great job just to keep that one up the Archer misplay. It'll end up being double contact.
Yeah.
It's now a 6-1 run for Liberty.
Coach told me when you see that ball, if you hit it with 2 hands and you see that ball spinning, that means it's a double. Easy calls for the officials.
Colwitz with the third. Young laid it up beautifully by Talbot, and all of a sudden Liberty is asserting itself. A 7-1 run, and they're within 2.
Well, you also mentioned last through rotation when Cole Young came out, he looked a little bit frustrated. That's how you get him unfrustrated. Get him a nice set like that.
Colwitz, the back set there, and beauty from Miles Howland. The lefty Howland's been much more effective out there from that right side here in this match.
Well, I think he comes back across the body. Instead of trying to go across court, he just goes across the body that time and put it back into the middle and had more court room to work with.
O'Leary on serve.
That
is in.
That's that screwball serve. That ball's cutting to the outside. Most times you'll see it from a right-handed serve cut to your left. That ball's cutting to his right. That's a neat serve.
Perfect placement. There was nothing Sullenberger could do as it caught the line. This one goes straight down. Back set near this side, and nobody moves for it.
Oh, Whiteside again, another nice play. He's had a couple of big kills here in this last couple of series of plays.
19-16, Thomas Worthington leads.
Well, here's where you need to trade 2 points for 1 point each time, so you need to get your serve in here if you're Liberty.
Severson on serve. Archer with a miss hit. Colwitz just has to send it over. Quick set into the middle, and Boudreau this time earns the point, and Liberty is within 2.
Look at the depth that Liberty has. So many different players, so many different weapons. and from all angles of the front of the net.
Severson once again. Much better play this time from Archer. Briones, it's been a while.
I like that kid a lot. He's fun to watch.
He doesn't get shortchanged when he goes up for it either.
It's 5'10", but he plays a lot bigger than 5'10".
I think it's maybe a little generous at 5'10" as well, but he makes the most of it. Whiteside, that is kept up, but into the stands. Seesaw second set now building.
Well, that's what I said just a moment ago, though. You trade 2 points for one,
Yep.
so Worthington they broke the serve and then side out immediately. So Liberty needs 2 points here again. If you get this serve in, then you're within one.
The junior Colby Whiteside needs to get the first one in, and he does. Briones,
Missed.
well wide. They're trying to say, Thomas Worthington is, that it was touched at the top. The officials say no.
And there's maybe where the conversation earlier in this set paid off and paid dividends.
All of a sudden, the Liberty Patriots have the ball on serve, looking to tie the second set. Remember, they trailed 16-8. And just a miss hit from Whiteside. Didn't catch that downdraft. 21-19.
Well, the last couple of serves that Thomas Worthington has had, it's been side out immediately.
Briones needs a good one here. That won't do it.
That might be their first service error.
I think you're of this set. I think
yeah,
you're right, yeah.
Set.
They flirted with the lines at times, but I think, the first true service error of the set. Andrew Pugh will try and take advantage of it and level the set, but he returns the favor with a service error.
That's 3 straight service errors back and forth. 2 from Liberty and 1 from Thomas Worthington.
You almost feel with the way Thomas Worthington came out in the first half of the set, you got to win this set.
Yeah, you're just hanging on right now.
You've got to try and get through. Koknat, clever again, and Malloy is able to get it over. Koknat will try it again. Wow, look out on the far side. Isaiah Measley.
He took that with square.
That was right
and
between.
chops.
That was right in the nose.
Yeah,
and they're going to sub him out.
Yeah, that one caught him square in the face.
Yeah, that's get him onto the training staff and get him looked at there. That was a nasty shot. Hopefully it's nothing more than just watering the eyes, but you take a shot like that, it just totally resets your system.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, he's going to get looked at by the training staff, and hopefully we can see him return. Talbot, though, on serve here for Liberty. Malloy, little awkward play, but through. Koknat on the far side. They are loving him on that left front. Using Young at time as a decoy, and we are level at 22, and Thomas Worthington is going to spend its final timeout of the set as Liberty showing why they are the number 1 seed. 14-6 run they are on.
Well, when they got to 15 points or so, then they started kind of hanging on. That's when they were trading the points back and forth. Liberty was winning it 2-1 on those turnovers back and forth, on those side outs back and forth, and at that point you could kind of sense the momentum shifted a big time away. What Thomas Worthington needs to do right now, though, is they're not getting the good passes off the serve and on the serve return. So
I think also what we're seeing right now is a Thomas Worthington team that's just trying to get through this second set.
Without a doubt, yeah. And that's when they got to about 15, that was when you could start to see the air start to leak just a little bit out of all this, and hoping that maybe get a couple of those breaks come their way, and some of those shots that were hitting the line early on now are missing just by a hair.
And both teams' fan bases on their feet right now, understanding how crucial this point in particular is. Oh, it's to O'Leary, tried to push it through, and Cole Young will have none of that.
Well, and there's your big guy, your future Buckeye, patrolling the middle right there, and he was just kind of waiting back for that one, saw it coming, and eyes wide open.
Biggest play of the match thus far for Young, and how about that? Kowitz return and serve. Again, I love that play from the set man, just shoving it over on the second hit. 23 all, and Joe Kolwitz on serve.
And that wasn't even a dump. That was a hit with authority.
Sullenberger with an awkward play. Malloy wide. That was a golden opportunity for Nathan Malloy, and he just flat out missed it. And all of a sudden, Liberty has set point.
Blaze Buzash did a great job of getting out of the way of that player. Or check that, it was Koknat that avoided that ball coming right at him. He just kind of ducked back out of the way so it would fly wide.
Sullenberger for the set. Into the net, another service error from the sophomore. You can sense at times a little tightness from the youngster. We are tied now at 24, and we'll see what kind of hammer Malloy drops on the serve. He'll, in fact, throw the lob one. Interesting there that Malloy didn't go for the running jump.
Well, he did, trying to change it up. He'd had a lot of success earlier on with that, so interesting decision on that serve opportunity.
Set point number 2 for the Patriots. Noah Koknat will have it. Not the best play there. Just a fumbled play all the way around, and a golden opportunity, and Cole Young is able to bury it, and Liberty has come back to steal the second set from Thomas Worthington. Liberty trailed 16-8 midway through the second and came roaring back to win it. The Patriots now lead 2-0 after winning the second, 26-24. They'll look to close that out in just a moment here in this East Regional Final. Liberty, the top seed in the East Region, stormed back to take the second set from Thomas Worthington, 26-24. The Patriots now lead 2-0 in this East Regional Final. Before the third set begins, we do want to thank the entire staff here at Westerville Central High School for not only putting on this event, but being such a gracious host to us, providing anything and everything we need to help get us on the air here and bring these broadcasts to you here on OHSBVABroadcast.com. You can, of course, watch these matches not only live, but you can go back and watch them on demand at your leisure. We'll have continuing coverage of all the regional action in the OHSBVA, as well as the state championships coming up in the first weekend of June. Once again, our thanks to the entire staff here at Westerville Central High School for being such great hosts of this regional final. We've been treated some excellent volleyball action in this gymnasium here. Now, Greg, though, if you're Thomas Worthington, you had a comfortable lead in set number 2. Things were going your way, and as it went on, things started slipping away. You ultimately give the set away. Now you're on the brink.
Yeah, and not that we have no rooting interest for any of the teams that are here, obviously. But you like to see great volleyball, and it's always fun to see little upsets develop through that. And Thomas Worthington had a great chance in that second set. Now they're going to have to really dig deep and not let this one get away from them quick.
Noah Koknat continues to have a fabulous match, especially out on that left front side. Just continues to do work with either hand. He draws the first point here of the third set.
Well, he was a big part of that comeback for Liberty in that second set.
Sullenberger, a missile right at Briones. This side blocked down. Tough angle for Howland there, and a great job up front by Jenkins and Young to shield themselves right against the antenna there on the near side. Left Howland no option to get through.
Yeah, David Jenkins had that sealed off nicely, and he just had his whole body aimed back towards the middle of the court.
2-0 in favor of Liberty here in the third. Sullenberger again into the net.
Well, see what Liberty's got now. They had so much success on their serve in that second set that got them out to their lead. Very few errors. Let's see if they can duplicate that and try and come back.
Malloy going from back to the high toss here, and a good decision in doing it. Much better that time from Howland. Again, that lefty doing so much better on the right side up front for Thomas Worthington.
I think sometimes when you're a left-handed hitter on the left side, you think that you've got so much more room to work with, and in reality, you end up hitting it wide more times than not.
Koknat gets that one off the nice hustle play from Talbot. Briones kept up by Talbot again, and Koknat will just have to send it over on the third. Archer going behind, and they caught Briones by surprise. Not the best pass over either. Young off the fingertips. Briones got it through.
That hit Jenkins and the big guy Cole Young both. Neither of them could quite get squared around enough to get a piece of that one. Maybe just a tad late getting there, but Briones not afraid to go through the big fellas.
No fear in that young man whatsoever. Coconut with a soft touch. That was deflected by O'Leary. Howland again, and catches the line. I think Thomas Worthington maybe found something here early in the third.
Well, and it's that serving of Malloy. He's dynamic back there. He's got that high toss and does a lot of different things with it. Look at that ball dive. Ooh.
Talbot, nice job to play it back and make it playable. Briones shoves it over. Sullenberger there, though. Young in the middle, got it through.
I think he kind of punched that. I don't think he took a full swing at that. That was more just kind of off the knuckles. But when you're 6'10", you can kind of get away with things like that.
4-3 in favor of Thomas Worthington. Coconut back on serve.
I like this kid too. Coconut's he kind of lit the fire in that comeback second set for Liberty.
Pugh on the far side. Well, it looked good from our vantage point, but the point goes to the Cardinals.
No argument from the Liberty folks either. So.
Nope. O'Leary, a little help from the tape, but over. It's over to Howland. Blocked, but out. And again, Miles Howland making his presence felt there on that far side. It's now 6-3 in favor of Thomas Worthington. And now for the Cardinals, you got to start thinking, can we sustain?
Yep.
We did this in the second set. That is a missile from O'Leary. Great job by Sullivan to keep that alive. Kolwitz.
Oh.
And that won't make it over. Great hustle there by Kolwitz going against the stanchion over there to try and keep it alive, but couldn't do it.
It was like he was trying to dive into the end zone and a guy coming over the top kind of hit him to his right.
Yeah.
Taking a shoulder off that stanchion. Good effort. Nice effort by Howland.
Connor Severson, the freshman, in. Now his team trailing by 2. Howland again. That is soundly rejected in the middle by Parker Boudreau. What a luxury to bring a guy 6'6" kid off the bench.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's so much depth, and you don't need to use Cole Young to rotate all the way through. You could just have him patrolling the front and wreaking havoc.
Kolwitz, good back tap there. Howland kept up, though, by Boudreau. Pugh.
Nice swing. Andrew Pugh, nice swing. Haven't really mentioned him a lot, but he's a first-team All-East region. And, again, you talk about some of the luxury of these different styles of players that you got. So much depth on the bench at Liberty.
We're tied at 6 here in the third. That is rejected. As that pass led
a little too far
Briones
out.
into the net, and Jenkins was there to wait for it.
Yeah, that's one, not a whole lot the Briones could do with that at that point. He didn't have a lot of room to operate. Can't really cut the ball down the net, and trying to hit it through somebody doesn't do a whole lot of good.
Back set, Howland punches that one over. Near side, it is down from Jenkins again. So now you're seeing Liberty start to work to the right side offensively, whereas most of this match, particularly in the comeback in the second here early in the third, they've been working on the left. Last couple times here on the right.
They would be a tough team to defend because you've got so much depth, so much diversity of the style of play.
Briones got caught in between the set and the bump right there, got too low, and it's an ace, and it's going to be a timeout. Thomas Worthington, as Liberty now has rattled off 6 in a row to pull out to a 9-6 lead. And remember, Liberty only needs to win one of the final 3 sets to advance.
And they would be heading on out of the East region like before. The match before that, Hilliard-Bradley advancing on. And they get into the championship weekend of the OHSBVA. It'll be next weekend, again at Pickerington North. Check out the website, ohioboysvolleyball.com. They'll have a lot of the ticket information.
Yeah.
Again, we're living in a COVID world, and so that space, not like it has been in years past when we've been at Capital University. So different types of protocols in place this year, but we will have the benefit of being there next week and excited about that. But we still got a lot of volleyball this weekend. We got another match tonight as we have Olentangy, the Olentangy Braves in Division II, getting set to take on St. Charles. That's a 6 seed versus a 7 seed. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's just been a lot of great action here, and potential upsets abound for sure. Briones way too much on that one. Far and wide, and the run is now 7 straight for the Patriots.
By the way, it's a 3 seed and a 4 seed, not 6 and 7. Getting a little ahead of myself. But nonetheless, that match will start around 9 o'clock if people watching live want to tune into that match.
In the middle, there's Thompson getting one back. The winner of this matchup here heads on to the state quarters to take on St. Ignatius or St. Edward out of the North region. The East matched up with the North in the quarterfinals. The South matched up against the West. Near side, Jenkins just continues to own that right front.
See Carter Smith check back in, and what a luxury Coach Dave Hale has with some of these different players and the height and the style of play that they bring.
Holwitz, love it. There, great job by Severson to put that hand underneath.
Textbook pancake.
You're a freshman. You're not supposed to be able to do that. There. How much he's hustling out there, Connor Severson. His face is as red as the Thomas Worthington jerseys out here. He's moving that hard.
He's got that mask underneath his chin. He's not wearing it, but boy, he's laying it all out on the line.
11-8 in favor of Liberty here in the third. Briones, that is a wicked serve to deal with. In the middle, though, the size of Liberty starting to take over here. Parker Boudreau, the benefactor here.
Well, and it's just one after the other. It's not just one player doing it. It's different players getting the opportunity each and every time.
Pugh with it. See if they go across to Malloy here. Instead, they're going to go into the middle to Thompson. Carter Smith, safe play over. Kept alive, Sullenberger, Severson. Now punched over by Carter Smith. Malloy with the left hand, got it. Off the fingertip of Boudreau and could not get help from behind.
Well, and what a smart play by Nathan Malloy, too, because he wasn't going to get that right hand around to try and actually take a swing to Spike. So instead, used the left hand, just got a little touch, and a point.
12-9, Thomas Worthington trails. Severson across court to Koknat, and able to get it as that was deflected out.
Yeah, that ball was going straight down. that was a big hit. We've seen Noah Koknat really with a wide array of shots and plays, and that's the first time he's had a huge swing.
I think he's been the best player in the match thus far.
A lot of fun to watch for
from the start.
Well, he was the reason for the comeback in the second set.
Malloy there.
Yeah,
that was touched.
Yeah. No, Cole Young got the hand in on that one. No argument that time. He knew it.
13-10. Thomas Worthington trading points, but also in the process running out of time. Carter Smith. Good dig by Briones. There's Cole Young.
Oh.
How about that? Bo O'Leary stepping up, challenging the future Buckeye.
Did you see the look, too? I mean, he just stared him right down. He wanted that
I
bad.
love it. And Cole Young looking at it saying, yeah, you got me on that one.
There's still more points to play.
Yeah. And Cole Young almost saying, like, don't worry, one's coming. One's coming back your way.
And they were going to set him on that play, too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guarantee you that was coming his way, and it still might.
Young had that wry smile on his face. I mean, that was a heck of a play from O'Leary.
And good for Cole Young not kind of snipping back or whatever. He's like, you're right. You got me on that play. Great play.
Yep.
Give him his time and his due.
Archer, tough handle. It's going to throw everything off here. Cole would have to send over on the first. Let's see if they find Cole Young. You knew it was coming. Kicked up in the air by Colwitz. Set over this time. Archer now to Malloy. Koknat kept up. Briones from the back and just long. Best rally of the match.
Yep.
But the play from Briones goes just long. It said you could see that was set up on a tee for Cole Young initially.
Well, give Colwitz credit, though, for getting creative, kicking that ball up and keeping it alive.
That's the thing people forget about in this sport. You're allowed to do that.
It's anywhere off the body.
That's right.
As long as it's not twice.
Good job by Archer to let that one go. Sullenberger's having a rough night on serve. Thomas Worthington once again back within 3. Malloy took a little off of that one. Here's Young in the middle. That one off the tape, but over. Briones pushes it over. That was Talbot diving. Now a golden chance for the Cardinals. And they got it. There's Howland on the far side again. 15-13.
Well, this time they're the ones hanging around and not letting it. This is kind of what they did in the first set. But give them credit. They let a big lead in that second set get away, and they've come back hard and played hard in this third set. You could have been deflated in this third set, and here they are now just a point away.
And we saw early in this third set when Thomas Worthington got out to a 6-3 lead, it was Malloy on serve doing it, and here he is again. Off the tape, but playable.
He's got a wicked top spin on that serve.
Colwitz. O'Leary got it.
Yeah. He got Cole Young again.
Delayed reaction. I think everybody was assuming Cole Young was going to get it. He didn't.
Well, Cole Young was too far off the net that time. He didn't get over quick enough. And
timeout, Liberty. Good response here now from Thomas Worthington to chip away at it. And now we're tied.
That's twice Bo O'Leary's gotten some plays on the future Ohio State Buckeye. But, again, Cole Young is going to make those plays more times than not. And I think that time he was just a little too far set off the net to get a good block. And he got the block, but he was just a couple steps off the net and went straight down on the wrong side of the net. So we will be tomorrow, you and I, in the morning, 10 o'clock or 10:30 tomorrow morning in Centerville. I can't keep all these times straight.
Yeah, to start the West region.
That'll be
coverage there.
Yep, 3 great matches tomorrow there. Beaver Creek will be there. And Carol Bisek, head coach there. Always love to see Carol. They're the #1 seed in the West. And then you'll be with me for hopefully about two matches.
First 2 we're planned for. Then, of course, myself and Zach Waddell got to head down to Princeton High School outside of Cincinnati to cover the South region, as we'll have both Division I and Division II coverage there with Moeller taking on Walnut Hills and, of course, Elder in St. X and another Division I semifinal, Baden and LaSalle in D2. Back to action here, though. An awkward play. It's a tough angle, but they got it over. That time, O'Leary little off the mark.
What a smart play, though. That far side by Colby Whiteside. You weren't going to throw it back towards the middle of the court because you were going to hit the antenna. So the only thing he could do was send it to the far side, the farthest side. He did just that and got it to fall.
Poke that over to Briones. Briones right back, and my goodness, that had some force on it, but way too long.
Yeah, didn't get the ball snapped down quick enough on that one, and had the swing, but you got to come down on top of it. And
Liberty with 2 straight out of the timeout to reassume the lead. O'Leary pushes that one way too long.
Well, you see Cole Young kind of backed off of him on that one as well, and instead of maybe getting a hit on a shot that may go long, just back off, and Bo O'Leary didn't know what was going on at that point.
Howland on that far side, easily played up by Talbot. Pugh off the pass, able to get it. And Liberty asserting itself out of the timeout, and now it's Thomas Worthington's turn to call time and try and stop the run, as Liberty has rattled off the last 4 here in the third set.
Now they're going to need to try to battle back here at this point now, because it's pretty much do or die at this point. Don't want to see the season come to an end, but tell you what, they've been valiant. This has been an entertaining match.
Yeah.
They've been right in it. They had a lead in the second set, unfortunately couldn't hold on to it. Liberty, though, they're good, and they got so many different weapons. It's going to make them a tough out anywhere around if they're fortunate enough to hold on here and advance. And then again, play the winner of Ignatius or St. Ed's By the way, that's the other region tomorrow, which we'll also have for you on OHSBVAbroadcast.com. Richard Skinner, our executive producer Rob Evil, traveling up to Jackson High School where they'll host the North region. Those games tomorrow as well. Check out the website, OHSBVAbroadcast.com.
O'Leary in the middle. Went at Cole Young, and he'll take the advantage again. Not quite the same wry smile that time after that play from Young. Still, though, Liberty leads by 3, and O'Leary goes back on serve.
He's got a wicked serve, though, too.
Playable there by Koknat. Near side.
Blocked out.
And touchdown by Briones there.
That serve Bo O'Leary's got, he's got a cutter that can cut like my golf shot. It's a slice sometimes, it's a hook sometimes. But unlike my golf shot, he knows where it's going. This is pretty much now crunch time for Thomas Worthington. They want to hang in here.
Archer has been having problems on the first play all match long. And the Liberty bench rowing the boat after that ace from the freshman Connor Severson. Severson, another one who took a ball off the face earlier in the match. Not the best pass there from Colwitz, but O'Leary got it over. Or that was Thompson, beg your pardon. Howland right at Severson. Pugh on the far side. Good coverage from behind by Colwitz. Howland will try it again.
Down the line that time.
Yeah, Sullenberger there. Pugh. This time, Colwitz kept it up for 1, and Archer can't get there for a second. Another good extended rally goes the way of the Patriots, and now Liberty is 3 away from a regional title. Long.
Not quite putting him away just yet.
Now Miles Howland needs to get hot on the service.
Got it.
That'll just do it. They have been living on that back edge all match long. And more often than not, they've been able to clip that back line. And Howland says, no, give me that one back.
That line judge is like, why me? Why me? These close calls.
He has been busy over there.
He's been good, though.
Yes,
been right
he has.
on it. Take 2.
No chains in the motion, though. And over. Severson in the middle, and that one is in. Archer thought it was going long, and now Liberty is 2 points away.
Parker Boudreau picked the deepest part of the floor to go towards and painted that back corner on that one. Liberty folks starting to feel the buzz.
Whiteside, line drive and an ace. Malloy couldn't handle it. And now Liberty has 5 match points in hand. Colby Whiteside on serve for a regional title. Oh, it's near side. Briones, block kept up. Allen sends it through. Good chance here for the Patriots. Try and close it out. Carter Smith, that got it. And immediately lifts up the freshman Connor Severson onto his shoulders as Liberty has won its 11th match in a row on the season, and in doing so advances to the state quarterfinals a week from Saturday to take on either Eds or Ignatius. Thomas Worthington season a valiant run here in the regional. Again, you look at the way the seedings turned out. They shouldn't have even got out of the districts. And here they are in a regional final. Just too much size and depth from Liberty here as the match went on.
But they gave it their all, and they were in each and every one of these. I mean, you had a big lead in the second set. You went 25-19 following the first set. You had them up, by 6 By 8.
Up 8, 16-8 in the second, and unfortunately let it go.
And then the third set, kind of back and forth, but just not quite enough there. They fall 25-18, but obviously very valiant effort from Thomas Worthington and very, very entertaining match. But congratulations, Liberty. We'll see you at Pickerington North next weekend. Or where are we at? Or Pick Central. I keep saying Pick North. We have Pick Central. Are we at Pick Central?
Pick Central.
So we're at Westerville Central this weekend.
That's right.
Pick Central next weekend. Okay. Gotcha.
In the central part of the state, no less.
That we are.
Here we are. Here.
That much
we
I
are
do
here,
know.
We are here tonight, and before we sign off here, we'll make sure we give Liberty their due as they are handed a regional title trophy here in just a matter of moments. This is going to be a team in Liberty that is going to be a very, very tough out at Pick Central, no matter who they get between St. Ed's and St. Ignatius in that quarterfinal. And even if they're able to advance beyond that, that is going to be a dangerous team that I don't think anybody is going to want to see in the state tournament.
Well, they got so many different weapons, and you've got height, but you've got a lot of ability and depth. The depth with height in there, that is incredible. But so all the seniors for Thomas Worthington, great season.
Thomas Worthington will come out and get the regional runner-up trophy. Joe Kolowitz will come up and get that along with Nathan Malloy. Obviously not the trophy they wanted to leave with here tonight, but it wasn't for lack of effort. As you said, they hung in. It's just the little things added up as the sets went along, and Thomas Worthington's season comes to an end. Good thing is, though, for the Cardinals, you got a lot coming back here. Those two in particular, Malloy and Kolowitz, the co-captains, they're both back next year. So you have to figure this is going to be quite a fuel to their fire coming back into next season.
The experience that you gain in these kind of situations, whether it was the regional semifinal win to get here, that was a big upset, or really standing toe-to-toe for the most part with Liberty. They gave Liberty all they can handle. It's going to go down as a 3-set loss, but it was a lot closer than a 3-set loss.
Yeah, score doesn't indicate how well Thomas Worthington played here. You just look at the way things went on. Liberty just was able to elevate their game when they needed to as this match went along. And at this stage of the game, that's what you need to do to advance.
Well, and that was the depth that Liberty has and will obviously use to their advantage as much as possible when they get the winner of St. Ignatius, St. Edwards next weekend.
And I think it's even more exciting for Liberty fans here after seeing this match and going back and watching it at OHSBVABroadcast.com. Cole Young was not much of a factor here tonight in this match. I thought Noah Koch, that was the best player on the floor for both sides, but you have to figure you're only going to get more out of Cole Young going forward into the state tournament.
And maybe you didn't have to use him in every aspect that you need to. And that way, and there's not a lot of secrets. These teams don't have a lot of secrets between them. They know the players. They know what their abilities are. But that being said, you still got that in your back pocket if you're Coach Dave Hale when you get to Columbus next weekend, or stay in Columbus next weekend.
They will be off to the state quarterfinals. Of course, we got to pose for some photos here as some photographers and some fans here want to get a picture of the East Region champions. The Olentangy Liberty Patriots are through to the state quarterfinals after a 3-set win over Thomas Worthington, 25-20, 26-24, and 25-18. That's going to wrap up our coverage of this regional final here tonight. For our producer, Zach Waddell, along with Greg Waddell, my name is Jason Griefer. Thank you so much for joining us. Olentangy Liberty, your East Region champions. They're on to state next week here on OHSBVABroadcast.com.